Alright everyone, today I want to talk about the death of XDEFIANT. And I get it, I'm late to the party on this. I understand, but life is life. However, the game has been shut down on the 3rd of June. So you can no longer play this game. It's just not going to be possible. If you missed out, then, you missed out. I hate to say it. I hate to be the Debbie Downer bearer of bad news, but it is what it is. Life moves on. So, anyways, before I jump right into the meat and potatoes of this video, all I want to say is this game, even though it lasted a year, it lasted a hell of a lot longer than Concord. So, gotta give it props for that, right? So, this game was made by Ubisoft, which they're very well known now for giving us flop after flop after flop, such as Assassin's Creed Shadows, Skull and Bones, and Star Wars Outlaws, for example. So, XDefiant itself. XDefiant is supposed to be this free-to-play game that's supposed to compete with games such as Call of Duty, offering that old school Call of Duty feel that fans of the series, former fans of the series, just miss. They hearken back to the days. They miss the days of old school Call of Duty, the gameplay, etc. They just miss it. And that includes me. I miss the old days of Call of Duty. I wish I didn't have to sweat in Call of Duty. And I wish that every lobby wasn't disbanded after you played. However, the game just failed. It failed to grab attention from potential players in this highly competitive first-person shooter genre. And also, it didn't help that the game was released on only PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. So there's no Steam release, there's no PS4 release, and no Xbox One release, which really bit this game on the ass. Like, even Call of Duty's doing that. Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 6, they're being offered on the PS4 and Xbox One. So Ubisoft really limited, they pretty much limited the potential of this game. They thought, oh yeah, this is fine, we're going to get a good audience from only these consoles, but that's not really the case. So here's my personal experience with this game. I played the beta, I played the actual game. I wanted to play this game because, I wanted to scratch that itch. Because I felt like there's really no good online first-person shooters anymore. Maybe they are, but I just haven't looked deep enough. I just haven't, plus I'm busy. Can you really blame me? So my experience with the gameplay, I thought the gameplay was okay at best. The gunfights didn't feel all that consistent. The maps were okay. They were serviceable. There wasn't a whole lot of variety in the modes. They were pretty much objective based. I wish there was just TDM. Not just TDM, but I wish they included TDM so that after a long day of work, I can just hop on, kill people online, etc. Just like Call of Duty did. Also, the cosmetics, they were okay. Yeah, the cosmetics, they were okay. They also included hero shooter mechanics. So you select your character. They have their perks. You can't customize your own perks. It's like the only time you can have perks is if you select the character itself. But you still can create a class, just like any other modern day first-person shooter. You can do that. It's right there. Yeah, unfortunately, man, I'm not saying that this game was terrible. And even if it did suck, again, I have to make this point again. At least I'm not dropping $70 on this game. I have to give the game credit for that. I don't have to spend $70 just to play the game and it ends up sucking. I can play the game for free. And if I thought it sucked, then hey, no harm, no foul. I didn't have to get a refund, etc. And you know, Ubisoft, it's like they really gotta get their act together. Like, they can't keep dropping subpar products. They just can't. They cannot keep dropping subpar products. You know, I really wish we can get games like Assassin's Creed 2 again, like Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations 3, 4. I wish we can get games like Far Cry 3 again. I've never played the Splinter Cell games, but I think Ubisoft really needs to go back to the drawing board and just really think about, okay, what's going to be our approach so that we can win back our fan base for our games. But until they do that, they're going to be in their current position. Just not well liked. They're going to get viewed the same way as EA and Activision. And when it comes to first-person shooters, when it comes to COD versus XDefiant, unfortunately, Call of Duty wins. And XDefiant itself was supposed to be the COD killer. XDefiant killed itself. You know what killed Call of Duty? You know what's killing Call of Duty right now? It's Call of Duty. Even that game's losing players. And honestly, it's laughable at this point. So anyways, if you guys had any experiences with XDefiant, you're more than